Welcome to our audiobook. We appreciate your kind support through subscribing and give us a like. What are some positive habits you want to incorporate into your life? Conversely, are there any negative habits holding you back from reaching your full potential? In Atomic Habits, James Clear illustrates how our mindset can leverage habits to our advantage. Often, we struggle to break bad habits not due to lack of desire, but because we lack effective strategies. Small, seemingly insignificant changes can compound over time, leading to substantial and lasting improvements. How can habits enhance our daily lives? The key lies in consistency. For instance, reading just 2 pages of a book today may not seem impactful, but committing to a chapter each day for a month could result in finishing multiple books and feeling accomplished. Conversely, having a single slice of pizza today might not noticeably impact your weight, but indulging in pizza every evening for a month could lead to noticeable changes in your waistline. These examples demonstrate how small daily habits can yield significant, enduring changes. We'll briefly explore James Clear's insights on habits, how to cultivate them, and strategies to harness their full potential. Atomic Habits underscores the importance of incremental improvements and provides insights from the latest behavioral science. Why tiny changes make a big difference? It is so easy to overestimate the importance of one defining moment and underestimate the value of making small improvements on a daily basis. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. The same way that money multiplies through compound interest, the effects of your habits multiply as you repeat them. Getting 1% better every day counts for a lot in the long run. We often anticipate progress to follow a straightforward path, ideally happening swiftly. However, in reality, the outcomes of our efforts are frequently delayed. It may take months or even years before we recognize the true impact of the work we've previously put in. This delay can lead to what's commonly referred to as a valley of disappointment, where people feel disheartened after investing weeks or months of effort without seeing immediate results. Yet, it's important to understand that this effort isn't wasted, it's merely accumulating. The full value of our past endeavors often becomes apparent much later. The most significant outcomes of any cumulative process typically manifest over time. Patience is key in realizing these delayed but powerful results. If you're aiming for improved outcomes, shift your focus away from setting goals and concentrate on developing your system instead. While goals aim to achieve specific wins, systems are designed to sustain ongoing engagement. True long-term thinking revolves around a mindset that goes beyond individual achievements. It prioritizes the consistency and effectiveness of your ongoing efforts. There are 3 tiers of transformation: achieving outcomes, adjusting processes, and evolving identity. The most impactful approach to habit change lies not in pursuing specific achievements, but in aspiring to become a certain type of person. The true significance of habits lies not merely in their ability to enhance results, but in their profound influence on shaping your beliefs about yourself. Edward Thorndike, a psychologist, conducted an experiment using cats in puzzle boxes to study habit formation and behavioral rules. Initially, the cats explored the box randomly, but eventually, through trial and error, they learned that pressing a lever would open the door, allowing them to escape and access food. Thorndike's research demonstrated how animals associate specific actions with rewards, illustrating foundational principles of habit learning and behavior. From his studies, Thorndike described the learning process by stating, "Behaviors followed by satisfying consequences tend to be repeated, and those that produce unpleasant consequences are less likely to be repeated." The process of building a habit can be divided into 4 simple steps: cue, craving, response, and reward. First, there is the cue. The cue triggers your brain to initiate a behavior. It is a bit of information that predicts a reward. Cravings are the second step, and they are the motivational force behind every habit. Without some level of motivation or desire, without craving a change, we have no reason to act. The third step is the response. The response is the actual habit you perform, which can take the form of a thought or an action. Finally, the response delivers a reward. Rewards are the end goal of every habit. We can split these four steps into two phases, the problem phase and the solution phase. The problem phase includes the cue and the craving, and it is when you realize that something needs to change. The solution phase includes the response and the reward, and it is when you take action and achieve the change you desire. Through repeated practice, your brain becomes adept at recognizing cues that anticipate specific outcomes, operating without conscious thought. Once habits are ingrained, we perform actions automatically, often without paying attention. The initial step in behavior change always involves awareness. Understanding your habits is essential before altering them. Techniques like pointing and calling elevate your awareness from unconscious habits to a more deliberate level by verbalizing your actions. Another effective method is the habit scorecard, a straightforward exercise to heighten your awareness of behaviors. The first law, make it obvious. The simple way to apply this strategy to your habits is to fill out this sentence: I will, behavior, at, time, in, location. For example, meditation. I will meditate for 1 minute at 7 a.m. in my kitchen. The habit stacking formula is after current habit, I will, new habit. For example, meditation. After I pour my cup of coffee each morning, I will meditate for 1 minute. Overall, habit stacking is a strategy game plan you can use to pair a new habit with a current habit. Allows you to create a set of simple rules that guide your future behavior. You can break a habit, but you're unlikely to forget it. Once the mental grooves of habit have been carved into your brain, they are nearly impossible to remove entirely, and it will take too much energy. A more reliable approach is to cut bad habits off at the source. One of the most practical ways to eliminate a bad habit is to reduce exposure to the cue that causes it. For example, if you can't seem to get any work done, leave your phone in another room for a few hours. Self-control serves as a short-term tactic rather than a lasting solution. While you might resist temptation occasionally, consistently summoning the willpower to override desires is improbable. Rather than relying on continuous bursts of willpower, it's more effective to focus on optimizing your environment. The second law, make it attractive. The society we inhabit influences our preferred behaviors. We naturally adopt habits that receive praise and acceptance within our culture because we seek to belong and conform. We often mimic the behaviors of three social groups: our close circle of family and friends, the broader community or tribe, and those with high status and prestige. To cultivate better habits effectively, one of the most impactful steps is to integrate into a culture where your desired behavior is commonplace and you share common ground with the group. The collective norms of the tribe often exert more influence than an individual's personal aspirations. Each behavior is driven by both a surface-level craving and a deeper underlying motive. There are numerous approaches to addressing the same underlying motive. For example, one person might manage stress by smoking, while another might alleviate anxiety through running. Your current habits represent the methods you've learned to cope with challenges, not necessarily the most effective ones. Once you link a solution with a problem, it becomes a habitual response. Habits revolve around these associations. Reframing habits to emphasize their benefits rather than their drawbacks offers a quick and efficient method to rewire your mindset and increase their appeal. Transforming challenging habits into appealing ones involves reprogramming your expectations, which isn't simple, but can be highly effective. The third law, make it easy. The best way to learn is through practice, not just planning. Prioritize taking action over mere motion. Habit formation occurs as behaviors become increasingly automatic through repetition. The frequency of performing a habit matters more than the duration over which you've been practicing it. Human behavior tends to adhere to the law of least effort, favoring options that demand minimal work. Design an environment that makes doing the right thing effortless. Minimize obstacles linked to positive behaviors. Lower friction makes forming habits straightforward. Conversely, raise obstacles linked to negative behaviors. Higher friction makes maintaining habits challenging. Prepare your environment to simplify future actions. Habits, often quick to perform, exert a lasting influence on behavior for minutes or even hours. Many habits occur at pivotal moments, decisions akin to a crossroads, that steer your day towards productivity or idleness. According to the 2-minute rule, any new habit should take less than 2 minutes to initiate. Ritualizing the start of a task increases the likelihood of entering a deep focus necessary for achieving significant goals. Prioritize establishing habits before refining them. You can't enhance a habit that hasn't been formed yet. A commitment device is a decision made now to ensure improved behavior later on. The most effective way to secure future behavior is by automating your habits. Making one-time decisions, such as investing in a quality mattress or setting up automatic savings plans, automates your future routines and yields cumulative benefits over time. Leveraging technology to automate habits is the most dependable and efficient method to ensure consistent positive behaviors. The 4th rule, make it satisfying. We tend to repeat behaviors that are satisfying. Evolutionarily, the human brain prioritizes immediate rewards over delayed ones. This principle is encapsulated in the cardinal rule of behavior change: actions followed by immediate rewards are more likely to be repeated, while those followed by immediate punishments are avoided. To establish a habit effectively, it's crucial to feel immediate success, even in small increments. The law of behavior change suggests that making a behavior satisfying increases the likelihood that it will be repeated in the future. Experiencing progress is deeply satisfying. A habit tracker offers a straightforward method to monitor your adherence to a habit. A common approach is using a calendar and marking each day you maintain your routine. Habit trackers and other visual tools serve to enhance satisfaction by visually documenting your progress. Jerry Seinfeld famously utilizes a habit tracker to maintain his streak of writing jokes. In the documentary Comedian, he explains his simple goal of never breaking the chain of daily joke writing. This mantra, "Don't break the chain," carries significant motivational power. Despite your dedication to habits, life inevitably interrupts occasionally. Perfection isn't feasible. The key principle is to never miss twice. If you skip a day, aim to resume your routine promptly. In summary, the core idea of atomic habits is that self-improvement hinges on making consistent, incremental adjustments. If you're someone who feels overwhelmed by the idea of making drastic lifestyle changes, this book offers practical strategies. Embarking on change can feel daunting, requiring both preparation and self-awareness. Transformative change doesn't occur overnight. It requires starting somewhere and committing to a series of small yet meaningful steps. Rather than rushing towards immediate results, Atomic Habits advocates for embracing gradual progress. By dedicating effort, investing in personal growth, trusting in the process, and understanding the cumulative effect of daily habits, you can achieve significant outcomes through small changes. Thank you for your time spent with us. We hope you enjoy our audiobook. We would be grateful for your kind support. Subscribe and give us a like. Stay tuned on our next audiobook.